Good afternoon, folks. Ari here from Direct Auto Outlet in Fair Oaks, California. I've got this gorgeous 2007 Buick LaCrosse for you today. This gorgeous sedan has only 58,000 original miles. This will be a test drive and driving impression video of this vehicle as we get it on the road, put it through its paces, and take you along with us for the ride so that you can see and hear everything that we see and hear. Now, we also do have an in-depth walk-around video of this vehicle where we demonstrate its many functions and features for you and go through much of the interior and the vehicle options. We'll not be doing that during this video. Again, this will be a test drive and driving impression video. And without further ado, thank you for joining us. Let's get started. Love the mileage on this car, only 58,200 and let's see, 58,259 miles. Go ahead and start it up. All the lights should come on and then go out, except for the fasten seatbelt light. 2 keys, 2 remotes. And we'll get our belt on here. Safety first, and we'll go ahead and get started. First and foremost, folks, the GM 3800 V6 engine in this vehicle is arguably one of the best motors that General Motors has made in the several past decades. They are solid, they are reliable, they are long-lasting, they're quite powerful, and very fuel efficient. They have just about what anybody would want in a powertrain. Very capable, easy to drive. These cars are very smooth, and these things last a short lifetime. I always call these Buicks, these older Buicks equipped with this powertrain, the vehicles that GM accidentally made great. The reason I say accidentally, as I explained in the walk-around video, is because there's several GM vehicles that did not turn out great. It's amazing how 2 vehicles could come out of the same company and be so different. Great little car here, has just about every bell and whistle you would want. This is more of a basic trim level. You are able to get this vehicle with leather seats and some additional upgrades that this vehicle does not have. We'll go ahead and turn down the heat over here. It's getting a little toasty. But you have automatic headlights, power accessories, power windows, power door locks, power mirrors, keyless entry. You have your OnStar over here. And boy, this vehicle will just drive like an absolute dream. So smooth and quiet. I think in the history of automobiles, there was a sweet spot where there were some great cars coming out of just about almost every plant you could imagine. Domestics were making great cars, imports were fantastic. It was right at the transition where you can get the most modern car you could possibly get, but without a lot of the really advanced and fancy infotainment systems and navigation systems, and a lot of the systems that made vehicles unpractical and made them not be able to last as long, not be quite as reliable. This was the era, folks. I would say late 90s through late 2000s. Before 2010 was that era, and that's the era in which this vehicle came out of. This was an era in which a lot of the last long-lasting vehicles rolled out into the market. Vehicles that can still be around after 30, 40, 50 years with just minimal care and maintenance. We cannot say that about vehicles being sold nowadays, folks. Vehicles nowadays being made are made in a way where they can last 10, maybe 12, 13 years, and then you got to throw them away. Partially because of the cost of replacing some of their components that are incorporated into most newer vehicles, such as hybrid systems and turbochargers and fancy electronics on the inside, fancy infotainment systems, big old screens, massaging seats, a lot of other extra stuff that you know, is nice to have. I will definitely admit, I can't deny that, but hey, you know, when they deem your vehicle unable to be driven or be able to be used or enjoyed properly, then those systems really do you no good any longer. Apologize about the angle of the sun, folks. So we're about to make a right-hand turn, and that glare will soon go away in just a few seconds. This next street here we're going to be making a right turn on has about some of the roughest surfaces, potholes, and uneven roads that we can find around here. We bring you on this road on purpose just so that we can get a feel for the suspension of the vehicle. And if there's any play or excessive wear in the upper or lower control arms and the ball joints, sway bar links, tie rod ends, we'll feel them on this section of road. We'll feel clunks, we'll feel looseness, we'll feel vibrations, and I am not feeling any of that whatsoever. The suspension is still nice and firm, actually very firm for a Buick. It's probably because most Buicks I drive have over 100,000 miles on them, and this one's got just over half of that. These aren't necessarily supposed to be floating on air or feel like they're floating on air. This one is still feeling very solid and actually firmer than you would think for a Buick, which I actually like. Makes you feel engaged with the vehicle as you drive it. Here, folks, we'll be doing a 0 to 60 acceleration pull going up a hill, putting maximum load on a vehicle and seeing how fast we can get from 0 to 60. We'll start from a complete stop, as you can see, in 3, 2, 1, and go. About 50% throttle, 60% throttle, 70% throttle, and we're at 60 before you know it. We'll go ahead and stomp on our brakes and slow down to a slow speed, to a safe speed. And boy, is this vehicle just smooth and quiet. Lots of sound dampening materials used here. Very quiet, very smooth. This vehicle is going to be the pride and joy of anybody who owns it. Folks, this is one of those rare opportunities to own a vehicle that was actually very underrated and underappreciated in its own time, and most examples of it have become old and worn out and high mileage enough where even though you have the benefit of the knowledge that you would have in the year 2024 for this vehicle, you're not oftentimes able to find one with this kind of miles, because many of these hit 58,000 miles by the time they were 4 or 5 years old, sometimes even less, sometimes even 2 or 3 years old. So to find one that's this age, still with this kind of mileage and this kind of condition, is definitely a rare find. And if you consider price of vehicles these days, we're going to be bringing this vehicle to market at only $79.88. It's a lot of car for the money, very low miles. And I promise you, this vehicle will still be on the road years and years and probably decades from now with just minimal care and maintenance. With our current rate of inflation, you're actually also going to expect literally no depreciation on this vehicle going forward. There's not much more that can go down. As a matter of fact, just as the value of money goes down, even though the price of the car will stay level or even appreciate, your money will be buying you less. But that's going to be a lesson for another day, folks. As we make our way back here, I'll ask you for a special favor. If you've enjoyed our video, please do consider giving us a thumbs up and also subscribing to our channel. Once you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell notification icon so you can be notified of all of our future videos. And for those of you watching from out of state or out of town, we also do have affordable nationwide shipping and transport services available as well. So just inquire within our office, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'll get you a quote on what it would take to get this vehicle from our doorstep to yours. We do out-of-state sales all the time. Happy to help. And if there's any questions, comments, or concerns, anything that was not covered in the videos or in the advertisement for the vehicle, give me a call. I'll be happy to chat with you about the car. You can get me directly by dialing area code 916-765-7575. You can also find us 24/7, 365 days a year on our website, which is directauto-outlet.com. As we pull in here, folks, I'll go ahead and take this opportunity and thank you for joining us and investing your valuable time and sticking with us throughout the entirety of this video. We certainly do appreciate it. We hope to have the opportunity to see and interact with each and every one of you in the near future. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Take care now. Bye-bye.